Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into a pretty intense battle going on in the tech world right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about uh, AI chips.
Yeah.
You know, those specialized processors
Yeah.
that are basically the brains behind all things AI.
Mm-hmm.
They're driving all this crazy innovation we're seeing, from like self-driving cars
Right?
to groundbreaking medical research.
Yeah.
So this competition to build the best AI chips,
Yeah.
it's not just a tech showdown.
No.
I mean, it has huge implications for, like, the future of AI.
Absolutely.
Billions and billions of dollars at stake.
Yeah.
When you talk about AI chips, there's one name that always comes up first, right?
Nvidia.
They've been like the king of the hill for years,
Yeah, pretty much.
setting the standard
Yeah.
with these powerful processors. I mean, just to give you a sense of how dominant they are,
Yeah.
get this. In just one quarter, they raked in $26.3 billion
Wow.
from their AI data center chips alone.
It's incredible.
$26.3 billion. That's insane.
It is.
But here's the thing. There's a new challenger approaching.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, get this, Amazon.
Real.
I know, right? You think Amazon,
Nutty.
you think shopping, cloud services,
Mhm.
but AI chips? How do they even get into this game?
Well, they're actually in a pretty good position to make a run at this
Okay.
because they already have so much experience with cloud computing.
Yeah.
So they're using that to try and create a cheaper alternative to what Nvidia's offering.
Interesting.
So think about it.
Okay.
Amazon already has these massive data centers, right?
Yeah.
That's what powers their cloud services.
Mhm.
So if they can design their own chips specifically for AI,
Yeah.
they can make those data centers even more efficient and way cheaper to run.
So they're cutting out the middleman.
Exactly. Vertical integration.
Mhm.
You're seeing this more and more with big tech companies.
Yeah.
Google's doing it, Microsoft, Meta.
Right.
Everyone's trying to optimize their whole setup for AI.
So it's not just about the chip itself. It's about building a whole ecosystem around it.
It's the whole thing.
Okay, so how exactly is Amazon challenging Nvidia right now?
Well, they've got two main lines of AI chips that they're developing.
Okay.
First, there's Trainium,
Trainium.
and that one is specifically designed for training large AI models.
So like AI boot camp.
That's a great way to put it. It's like sending your AI to boot camp
Okay.
to get it in shape, you know?
Yeah.
Trainium's like the drill sergeant, pushing those AI models to learn from huge data sets.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
And what about the second chip?
Right, that one's called Inferentia.
Inferentia.
And that one's all about running AI applications once they've been trained.
So they've done boot camp.
Right, they're ready for action.
Now it's time for the real deal.
Exactly. This is where the AI gets to actually make decisions in the real world.
Okay.
And here's the really interesting part.
Yeah.
Amazon says that Inferentia can do the same job as NVIDIA's chips, but for 40% less money.
Whoa, 40%.
That's huge, especially when you consider that, training and running these massive AI models
Yeah.
can cost tens of millions of dollars.
Easily.
Easily, yeah. So 40% is a lot of savings.
That's a game changer.
It could be.
Now I'm curious, have there been any like independent tests
Good question.
to see how these chips actually stack up against each other?
Well, not yet.
Really?
It's one of the challenges Amazon's facing.
Huh.
They can say they're cheaper,
Right.
but without independent verification, it's hard to know for sure how their performance compares.
Okay, so it's still early days then.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, just them entering the market,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to be shaking things up a bit, right?
It definitely is.
Like David stepping into the ring with Goliath.
Yeah, I like that.
You got Nvidia with all the experience.
Yeah, years of it.
And huge market share.
Mm-hmm.
But Amazon,
Yeah.
they've got the resources, and they're clearly not afraid to go after this.
Well, they're going for it.
This is going to be fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
What makes this whole thing even more interesting
Yeah,
is what it could mean for the whole AI industry.
that's what I'm thinking too.
More
Yeah.
competition
Right.
means more innovation,
Right.
and eventually, hopefully, lower costs for everyone who's using AI.
That would be great.
It could even make AI more accessible to smaller companies
Exactly.
and organizations that haven't been able to afford it before.
Democratize AI.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
So Amazon coming into the game like this
Mm-hmm.
could be a real game changer.
No question.
Even if they don't immediately take the crown from Nvidia,
Right.
just having more options out there is a huge step forward.
For sure.
I'm definitely hooked on this story now.
Yeah, me too.
But I think we need to dig a little deeper into the technical differences between these chips?
Yeah, let's get into that. Okay, so NVIDIA's chips,
Yeah.
they're built on something called CUDA architecture.
CDA.
And it's been refined for years
Okay.
to handle those really complex computations,
Uh-huh.
especially the kind you need for graphics. And more recently, AI.
Makes sense.
They're known for their raw processing power.
So like a muscle car built for speed.
Yeah, I like that. A good analogy.
Okay, cool.
Amazon's chips, on the other hand,
Yeah.
they're taking a bit of a different approach.
Okay.
Trainium, for example,
Yeah.
leans on a more scalable architecture.
Okay.
So it's better suited for those massive data sets you need to train really large AI models.
So less like a muscle car.
Yeah,
More like a heavy-duty truck.
exactly. Able to haul those huge loads.
I got it.
Yeah.
What about Inferentia?
Right, the one for running the AI apps.
Yeah.
That one's all about efficiency.
Okay.
It uses a custom architecture
Uh-huh.
designed to speed up the calculations needed for inference.
Inference.
Yeah, that's the process where the AI model actually makes decisions.
Gotcha. So it's already been trained.
Exactly.
And now it's out there in the real world making those split-second calls.
Yep. It's like having a super specialized team
Okay.
for each specific task.
Yeah. Instead of one general team.
Right, much more efficient.
So if Amazon's going for efficiency and lower costs,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean if you go with Nvidia, you're guaranteed the best possible performance?
That's a really good question.
Like if you need your AI to be top of the line,
Yeah,
no compromises.
that's the dilemma, right?
Yeah.
If you need absolute cutting-edge performance
For something super demanding.
right, like high-frequency trading or some crazy scientific simulations,
Okay.
NVIDIA might still have a slight edge there,
Okay.
but the gap's closing fast.
Interesting.
Very fast.
But wouldn't those cost savings with Amazon
Yeah?
be a big deal for smaller companies or research teams?
Absolutely. Think about a startup
Okay.
trying to build some new AI-powered tool,
Yeah.
maybe a medical diagnostic thing.
Uh-huh.
Being able to train and run their AI on Amazon's cheaper chips
Yeah.
could be the difference between launching their product
Wow.
or having to scrap the whole thing.
So this isn't just a battle between the big guys.
No, not at all.
This could actually have a ripple effect
Absolutely.
across the whole AI landscape
Yeah,
and maybe even speed up innovation in ways we haven't even thought of yet.
totally agree.
And we can't forget,
What's that?
Amazon's a major player in the cloud.
Oh, right.
So how does that all tie into this?
Well, think about it.
Okay.
By offering their own AI chips
Mhm.
as part of their cloud services,
Yeah.
they're making it way easier and cheaper
For everyone.
to develop and actually use AI applications.
Exactly. It's like a one-stop shop for all your AI needs.
So like if I'm a company and I want to use AI,
Yeah.
I could theoretically just go to Amazon
Yep.
and get everything I need.
Exactly. From the chips to the software, the whole 9 yards.
It's pretty powerful.
It is. And it really lowers the barrier to entry,
Yeah.
which could lead to a ton of new AI products and services.
It's like Amazon's building the roads
Yeah.
and the infrastructure for this whole AI revolution.
I like that. That's a great way to put it. So what's Nvidia doing about all this?
Right, with Amazon coming in hot.
Yeah. Are they just going to focus on staying ahead in the performance race?
They are doing that,
Okay.
for sure, but they're also branching out.
Interesting. How so?
Well, they're investing a lot in software and platforms that work
Yeah.
really well with their chips.
Try and build their own ecosystem?
Exactly. They're also partnering with other companies
Okay.
to get their chips into more devices and applications.
So it's not like a winner-take-all situation.
No.
Both companies are evolving
Constantly.
to keep up with the demand for AI.
It's a race.
And we've been talking a lot about Amazon and Nvidia,
Yeah.
but there are other players out there, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like Google,
Google's got their tensor processing units.
BPUs,
Yeah.
optimized for their TensorFlow thing.
Right, their machine learning framework.
And what about Microsoft?
They're working on their own AI chips, too.
So this is a multi-front war,
It is.
with every company bringing something different to the table.
Different strengths, different strategies.
It's fascinating.
Totally.
But with all this focus on building these specialized chips,
Yeah?
do you think it could lead to problems down the road?
Like what kind of problems?
Like what if all these different chips end up being incompatible with each other?
Ah, I see what you're saying.
Like a more fragmented AI landscape
Yeah.
where things don't work together as well.
That's a valid concern, for
Sure.
sure. Yeah, there's definitely a risk of that happening.
Fragmentation.
But there's also a push for open standards.
Okay.
And making sure things are operable.
Interoperable.
You know, like having a universal plug
Oh, okay.
that you can use in different countries.
Yeah, I get it.
So in the AI world, there's a big effort
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that AI models and software
Uh-huh.
can run on different hardware,
Okay.
regardless of who made the chips.
So we don't end up with a situation
Right.
where you need a different charger for every phone.
Exactly. That would be a nightmare. So there are organizations like ML Commons,
Okay.
and they're working on developing benchmarks and standards that can be used to compare how different AI chips perform
Okay.
and also make sure that everything's compatible
I see.
across different platforms.
So it sounds like there's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
This whole field is constantly evolving.
Big time.
It's hard to predict what's going to happen with these AI chip wars.
Yeah, who knows what the future holds?
But it's safe to say things are going to heat up.
Oh, for sure.
We're still early in this game,
Early innings.
and there are so many things that could change the outcome.
Absolutely.
New technologies, shifts in demand, even like global politics could play a role.
It's all connected.
It's like a chess game where the rules keep changing,
Yeah.
and new players are joining all the time.
Love that analogy.
This deep dive has been amazing.
Yeah.
I've learned so much about these AI chip wars.
Yeah, me too.
It's not just a tech battle. It's something that could shape the future of AI. And, honestly, the future of our world.
I agree.
Before we wrap up, though,
Yeah.
there's one more thing I want to touch on.
Okay, what's that?
We've talked a lot about the technical stuff.
The chips, the architecture.
Right, but we can't forget
Yeah.
that technology isn't neutral.
Right.
The choices these companies make.
About how they develop and use these AI chips.
Yeah, those choices have consequences.
Ethical and societal implications.
Exactly. As AI gets more powerful,
And more widespread.
we really need to think critically.
About who's in control.
And what values are baked into that technology.
It's a conversation we all need to be having.
For sure.
It's not just about learning the facts.
Right.
It's about asking those tough questions.
Yeah,
That's what a deep dive like this is all about.
couldn't have said it better myself.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I did. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
We've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from the key players to the strategies,
The tech, the implications.
the whole shebang.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It really has.
Yeah.
And we hope you've enjoyed it too.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Keep those minds curious.
And keep exploring.
Until next time.